all right, so you said in the song, you waited, you told her you were going to do it on your terms when you were ready. You do the song, you drop it. At this point, though, like, I mean, so that reignites everything. Because I remember y'all were going back and forth. Your whole thing was you felt like you just doing this because you want my platform, you want the attention. I'm going to give it to you, and then I'm done with it. This reignites it all. Like, why even address her again on the album?
Because you mentioned my kids trying to be cute. There's gonna be times that like people throw shots at you, or like there's gonna be times like, you know, like when she did her little diss and it was trash. Like it's like it could have been trash. People dragged you and I could leave it at that. But it's like everything on social media is gonna be seen. So when my kids grow up one day and they see that you mentioned them, and then they're gonna ask me like, so what you said, what you did? I'm not gonna tell my kids like, you know, I just felt like she took the high road because she lost because people wasn't on her side. No, I'm not saying that to my kids. I'm like, you see how I violated.
Cardi B is back, and this time she's shaking the whole industry. After making fans wait 7 long years since her debut, she finally dropped her second album, Am I the Drummer? And let's just say, the rollout was nothing short of explosive. The album comes stacked with 23 tracks, and the features alone had the internet in a chokehold. Summer Walker, Selena Gomez, Kehlani, Lizzo, and yes, the legendary Janet Jackson. With a lineup like that, fans were convinced this album was about to be a cultural reset. But what really shocked people, the album was certified platinum in less than 24 hours. That's unheard of. Normally, albums take weeks, months, sometimes even years to reach that milestone. So how did Cardi do it? 2 words, W-A-P and up. WAP, which dropped in 2020, was more than just a hit. It was a cultural earthquake. It sparked debates, memes, dance challenges, and headlines everywhere, eventually going 9 times platinum.
Bro, first of all, the rollout, actually, I love the rollout. Every day you was posting something, it was something new coming out. Basically, this has been a Cardi B week, I ain't gonna lie. Secondly, I love the nostalgic vibes of Invasion of Privacy, like a little bit of drop, a little bit of feelings, but it still felt new and up to date in certain ways. That was cute, Cardi. Thirdly, I love when she do songs that got an R&B artist doing the chorus and she doing a rapping part, like the one with her and Kehlani, Safe. I love that. To me, that's the best song on the album. Top 3 at least. And of course, we love the drama. You ate up on the rap beats, Cardi. Now, the cons is only one big con for me. I just feel like we just should never waited 7 years for that. I feel like that would have been just cute.
Then came Up in 2021, which instantly blew up on TikTok, took over radio, and went straight to #1 on Billboard. It's now 5 times platinum. So when Cardi added both to her new project, those numbers carried over, giving her album an automatic platinum boost overnight. And this is where the divide starts. Some fans are celebrating, shouting, "Yes, ma'am, you did your big one." They see it as a smart business move and proof Cardi knows how to play the game. But critics? They're calling it cheating. They say including old monster hits makes the album look way more successful than it really is. The internet has been on fire with debates. TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, everyone's weighing in. Some say it's brilliant marketing, others say it's desperate. But Cardi herself clapped back months ago. She tweeted that WAP and Up are her 2 biggest songs, and fans begged her to put them on the album. In her mind, this isn't cheating, it's giving her people what they wanted. Still, the fact that certification came within 24 hours has people suspicious.
Hear something for the first time, they'd be like, why would they say that? But it's like that one time is the one time you're gonna feel that way. Like as far as like, I'll go back and listen to Magnet a couple times over and over. It's like when I first heard it, it's like, okay, damn, you really said that shit. But it's like after a while, you're like, that's it. Like, and then like when it came down to Bia, it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be dead too. But it's like you really brought that beef back out of the woodworks when really, honestly, nobody was thinking about her. You made us think about her again. That's what I'm like. It's kind of like this moment was like a little bit of spite. Now, granted, you know, the song's about Offset, those can run free. But I'm like, it's come down to the other parts, just like, it's just like a lot of energy was just put towards like old beef and stuff like that. Like, if this was a normal person, we would pretty much be like, you're still on that, like you're still going back and forth with these bitches all this time. I'm just personally trying to figure out how is this going to transfer into an arena performance. Like, as far as having songs that you can like dance to and have a choreography to, I'm trying to like really grasp like what songs are actually going to have like a stage presence, you know what I mean? All I have to say is though, just don't take.
Was this genius strategy or smoke and mirrors to boost the rollout? Either way, Cardi accomplished her mission. The whole world is talking about her again. And Cardi didn't stop there. She doubled down on critics, saying her fans search for WAP and Up all the time, so those tracks deserve a home. She also reminded everyone that older songs don't count toward first week sales, so nobody should be mad about it. But the conversation didn't die down. Some say it proves Cardi is a business mastermind, while others insist it screams desperation. Still, the numbers don't lie. Cardi joins Lady Gaga as one of the only artists in 2025 with a platinum album already. That's a massive achievement, no matter what the haters say. But here's the twist. The actual music has people split right down the middle. Some fans are loving it, calling it her best work yet. But others say parts of it sound dated, like it belongs in the last decade. And her recent singles? They didn't hit as hard as expected. Outside made it to number 10 on Billboard.
Go and tell us name 5 Bill songs. Listen, technically she wasn't lying, okay? Because I don't know not damn Bill song. The only Bill song I know is by Lil Jon and the East Side Crew. Now that I listened to Cardi's album in its entirety, y'all, I'm not playing. Cardi went in that studio and snapped for real. Like, every feature that she had on there did they thing. Like Lizzo, she had her Jennifer Hudson going on, but she sounded real good. Selena Gomez, the way Selena and Cardi complimented each other on the album, 10 out of 10. The only negative thing I can say about the album is when it came to the Janet Jackson feature, it was a sample, okay? So technically wasn't a feature, but other than that, I really enjoyed this album. And it's like no skips. Like, do you know how hard of an album it has to be to have 23 songs and you can just listen to it and not skip any one? Like Cardi did this, okay? And Cardi, if you see this video and when you come to my city for the tour, we should link up, okay? Let's make that happen. I'm gonna keep saying that until it happens. Like, me and Cardi, we gonna...
Not bad, but nowhere near the number 1 fans were waiting for. Then there's Imaginary Plays, which didn't really make waves at all. Suddenly, people are asking the big question, does Cardi still have that superstar spark, or is it starting to fade? And then came the real bombshell, the drama. On her track, Pretty and Petty, Cardi goes all in on BIA, and fans say she didn't just diss her, she devoured her. If you don't know the history, here's the tea. BIA has long accused Cardi of copying her. The style, the flow, the whole vibe. She called her out on Twitter, but Cardi denied it, saying she wasn't even thinking about her. Then BIA pushed further, accusing Cardi of cheating on Offset. That's when the tension exploded. BIA even dropped a diss track aimed right at Cardi. Cardi stayed silent for a while, leaving fans to think she'd never respond. But now, she clapped back in full force.
Been around 8 years since she dropped Invasion of Privacy, and I just listened to Am I the Drama? And I'm gonna give you my honest review and how I feel about the album. When I first heard Invasion of Privacy, I remember I was playing that joint in my car and I was just vibing from the first track to the last. It had like a bunch of rappers in there. We also had the inclusion of the Migos. Obviously, we don't have that on this album. This album doesn't have a lot of rap features. When I looked at the features for this album, I seen a lot of like, it's heavily driven on female songwriters, female singers. It has Kehlani, it has Lizzo. So, and it has Summer Walker, who actually shows up multiple times on this album. For the most part, Cardi soloed this album herself, which was surprising to see, but it was amazing because I think she did an amazing job on this album. Even with the features and the female songwriters that's featured on this album is hard. Cardi went off on this album. This is Cardi's testament to her pain and everything that she's been throughout the years. You definitely have a lot of, conversations, that she's having towards her baby father, Offset. So you're definitely gonna hear her saying things about that. But for the most part, this is a rap album. The singles that she put out outside and Imaginary Players was just a slicing on the cake compared to what is on this album. Bodega Baddies is gonna go crazy on TikTok. My only issue with that song is that it's too short. I wish it was longer. I really wish it was. My favorite song just so happens to be a song she has on there with Lizzo because it has a sample that I love. And when you hear the song, you'll know why. She also has a song on there called Pretty and Petty where she's responding to Bia's diss track. And if I was Bia, honestly, I would go somewhere and just hide and hope that it don't rain tomorrow because she cooked the hell out of Bia. I give this album, honestly, a 10 out of 10. This album did something for me that only certain albums can do, and it left me with a bunch of different emotions from everything that Cardi was discussing, and the delivery and how she put it out. It was just crazy. It's like amazing to listen to, and it was amazing to hear. I didn't know what I expected from this album, but it gave me everything.
When Cardi went on The Breakfast Club, she explained why she finally addressed it. She said she could have ignored BIA forever, but when BIA mentioned her kids, that was it. Cardi said once her family got dragged, she felt she had no choice but to respond. And let's be honest, when Cardi responds, she comes swinging with everything she's got. Now fans are watching closely. Will this stay on wax or could it spiral into something bigger? Either way, the Cardi versus BIA feud is officially one of the hottest beefs in the game right now. But Cardi didn't stop at BIA. She also seemed to throw shade at JT from the City Girls and even Ice Spice. Fans are dissecting every lyric, every bar, trying to figure out exactly who she's targeting. And in between the disses, she added emotional tracks about her divorce from Offset. Those songs hit heavy, raw, personal, and painful.
Beatrice, you know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't be expecting this hard, grungy rap. Like, it's not about to be the best bars of the year. We know that. With that said, Salute, amazing song. The song with Kehlani, amazing song. Bodega Baddie, amazing song. Pretty Petty, whatever called, the shot against Bia, amazing. Love it for what it's worth. I feel like Cardi B had those fun, turned up songs a little bit, shaking now, typical Cardi B. She had a breakup song, if you going through it, you're gonna love it. I personally I don't really want to hear sad Cardi going on a journey. That's just not me, you know, because that's not what I know her for. And then she had, you know, some stuff that you could tell is like more radio play-ish, like mall kind of friendly music. You know, she's dibbling in multiple genres. Was it cohesive? Hell fucking no. Was it telling a story on like a journey? Hell fucking no. But I'm not listening to Cardi B for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not an artist I would go to for that kind of music. So when y'all throwing her in this like harsh, rap category, she gotta be the hardest rapper out, yeah. I don't think she's ever claimed to be. Or you know what? Maybe she has. But I will say, this album is nothing more than the shit we've gotten from Cardi B before. Like, no shit. Like, it was what I expected. I didn't expect too much. And I really did appreciate a lot of the beats. I love the beats. Whoever her producer was, I did appreciate some of the lyrics, the plays on words and the things she would say.
And they make the album title, Am I the Drummer, feel almost too perfect. She's drumming up drama, heartbreak, and headlines all in one project. Now let's talk numbers. Predictions say the album might sell under 200,000 units in its first week if you only count the new material. That's still solid, but not the blockbuster people expected after 7 years. The real question is whether the new songs can hold their weight without the backup of WAP and Up. And yes, artists recycle old hits all the time. But here's the difference. WAP and Up weren't just hits. They were cultural moments. Adding them into the album completely changes the conversation. It's not like tossing in an old single for filler. It's plugging in juggernauts that already shifted the culture. That's why the debate is so loud. Was this a power move or a sneaky way to pad stats? Fans can't agree. Some argue Cardi gave her fans what they wanted, period. Others think she leaned too hard on past glory because her new singles weren't strong enough. And now, the big question. What does this mean for Cardi's legacy? Is she cementing her status as a mastermind who knows how to keep winning? Or is she opening herself up to criticism for playing the system? Either way, she's got the internet locked in, and if we know anything about Cardi, that's exactly what she wants. So now I want to hear from you. Was adding WAP and Up a genius move or a sneaky cheat code? Do you think Cardi still has the fire, or is she starting to lose it? And what do you think about Am I the Drummer overall? A hit or a miss? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and smash that bell so you never miss a single breakdown. This is Starbuzz Daily, and I'll catch you on the next one.